just strictly the men's dressing area, their quick change area, and this is our crossover. So none of these are all just male costumes.
Yeah, our quick change areas are on either side of the stage in these little booths that have exits going out either way.
Yeah, it's where the magic happens.
Right. And they're just preparing all of our clothes, so they'll steam them, get them ready, and then hang them up where we're supposed to change in the quick change booth.
And even the way they're hung up is like, down to a science. So, like what's on the outside of the hanger, we put that on first. It's like all in layers, so how they
organized.
Everything we do on stage is choreographed, and everything we do off stage is choreographed. So it's all a little dance that we do to get into our wigs and costumes backstage.
Yeah, when we have rehearsal without all the costume changes, it's the breeze.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, this show!
What an easy show. Yeah, the show behind the show. Back here.
Yes. It's pretty amazing.
And that's all choreographed too as to where we
you
all
run and where you
stand and
stand.
are situated. You can see over here.
Here's all the shoes. We've got our jewelry cases here.
Yeah, it's marked by scene, in pictures. I mean, it's pretty idiot-proof, actually.
These aren't even a quarter of our shoes, actually.
Yeah.
And this is where they're preparing the costumes now, but they'll hang them all on these hooks, and you see they're all labeled, so a lot goes on in here.
Yeah.
We keep a nice
It's a
little
busy
fan
place
there
during the show.
The transformation is so much. I mean, the costume, obviously, if you see, like, there's so many different time
They're so
periods.
different.
But the wig, the wigs are so diverse.
It helps us more.
Yeah, it's like
character.
long blonde wigs, short brunette wigs, curly wigs, old lady wigs.
Our parents come to the show and can't even tell who we are. And usually a lot of people don't realize there's only 3 women in the show until the final number, where the whole cast comes out, and everybody's like, wait a minute, where are all the girls? I personally love it because it keeps it fresh. You're always playing with something else. You always have to be on your toes, and you're not kind of just doing the same character throughout the show, so you can change it up and play around and play with your fellow actors.
And what helps keep it straight for me are the dressers, because if I put on the wrong costume and do a character that doesn't match it, it's not going to work out. So dressers, saying, hey, it's this costume. I'm like, oh, I know what I'm playing now.
When I first joined, I had cue cards to try to remember my next role, and I was like trying to make a storyline in my head, and then I realized day one, like, just go in the quick change booth and they'll hand you the costume you're next. And I was like,
this is what I do
okay,
next.
Good. Just hand it
Right now, usually the crew comes in an hour before half hour when the cast arrives. The cast arrives at half hour before curtain. And they come in and basically prepare everything. So they'll set up costumes, they'll get all the props set up, all the pieces that have to go on, so everything's ready for the time we come in. Then we come in and put our makeup on and
I usually get dressed first because the tights are the least favorite part of the show for me to get them on. So I like to get it over with.
Putting on the tights for the matinee does not feel good.
Then we pound our faces with makeup.
Usually, we do 15 minutes of makeup, and then
we get
15 minutes we get our hair on, and by that time it's
go.
time to get rolling.
But there's so much prep. I mean, for all these costumes, they steam all of them. They're shining shoes. I mean, in every single show, they do that. There's just such an incredible crew, and we have our own crew, and then we pick up local crew in the city. So
that's right.
It's kind of like a crazy little world back here.
They wash dishes. They clean off the piano.
And even throughout the show, as we get, finished with one thing, as soon as we're done with that, they'll take it and they'll start prepping it for the next show. So it's like a constant thing.
Well,
and our parents are all kind of from the same generation, I think. So they absolutely love the show. My mom's just like, oh, Elaine, I never wanted it to end. She's in love with our Frankie Valleys. I think she thinks she's like going to date them one day. But
my mother's
they love it.
Yeah, my mother's a Jersey Boys stalker. She's on the blog. I don't even read the blog. My mother's like, I read something on the blog today, and we just played Buffalo, which is my hometown, and it was the highlight of her life. So they're always supportive, but it's hard when you don't see them a lot, so they have to keep in touch through stalking us online.
Yeah, my mom's in Canada, so she just misses me. She's just trying to get me home. She's like, when is that tour coming to Canada? I'm like, not till 2020.